All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. Tonight we have the final match week of the Champions League Group Stage, and today it's Barcelona versus Manchester City. A big 4.5 hours ahead of us. We're starting off here with Barcelona Man City, then we're going to be moving in to Arsenal Bayern. So join us this evening for a bumper night of UWCL action as we finish off the group stage. A big game tonight though, Harry, to decide who will top the group. Should be a good one.
Yeah, very much so. As you say, two big games to decide top of the group in both groups, and they're going to be really, really good games. And saving the best till last in this UWCL group stage, it's been a really exciting group stage to be fair, and the fact that all four groups still have to decide the first and second spots going into this week was really, really good to see. It's the last game for all the English, well, for most clubs going into a period of the winter break. So a big game, last couple games of 2024. So hopefully it's going to end with a bang.
Yeah, I think this season the Champions League we've really seen who Europe's elite clubs are because we've got 8 clubs who have qualified after 5 match weeks of the UWCL, which I think is a never before seen circumstance. Certainly I can't recall a season where that's happened. And it shows a dominance for those 8 sides. Now, obviously, I still think there's teams who aren't in the competition who would have been able to compete better than some teams who are. But is that a positive because there'll be more competition at the sharp end, or a negative because there is such a gap between those 8 teams and everyone else?
Yeah, it's a bit of both really, from an entertainment factor and from a if we want to see really good action towards the end of the tournament, because as we spoke about last night, when we get to those quarterfinals, all of those 8 games are going to be really, really competitive. 4 games are going to be competitive. Those 8 teams. But obviously, as you say, it does mean that we lose out on the underdog stories and we lose out on the excitement of having teams like BK Herken last year who managed to get all the way through to the quarterfinals, Paris FC who turned up and beat Real Madrid and just missed out on getting out of the group. So it's a positive and a negative for me. It's a bit of both, but in the situation we're in now, we're going to have a really, really good time in 2025 when that quarterfinal draw gets underway.
Yeah, we should do. Of course, worth noting tonight the reverse fixture in these two sides. Manchester City winning that game. What impact, what bearing does that have on your thoughts heading into tonight?
Not much, I'm going to be completely honest. A lot has changed in the few months that we've seen between the two games. And yes, Man City, they got it right for 90 minutes at home against Barcelona to score 2 goals and keep a clean sheet against one of the best teams, if not the best team in the world, is absolutely brilliant. But this Man City side looks nothing like the side that beat Barcelona in October. They're going to have to, City have to work even harder tonight and hope Barcelona have an off day, because away from home, still missing key players, work to do for Man City. Barcelona, the starting 11 looks incredible as always, and they're going to be up for it tonight. They want that top spot. They know they have to bet it. They have to go and beat City by more than 2 goals. So work to do for both teams. I'm intrigued how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Shall we start then by having a look at the lineups for today's game? We're at the Estadio Olímpico Louis Companys. I believe is how you pronounce that, but I may be well off on that one, so apologies if I am. And let's start with the home side, FC Barcelona Femení. It's a 4-3-3 for Barcelona today. In goal, Spanish shot stopper Catalina Cole. It's a back 4 of Ona Batier, Paredes, Leon and Esme Brugts. In the middle 3, it's Aitana Bonmati, Kira Walsh and Patrick Gallardo. And a front line of Salma Paraluelo, Eva Payor and Claudia Pina. It's really good, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah, it is very good. Realistically, the back line and the midfield are exactly as we expected. The front 3, we obviously know that Graham Hansen could have been back for this game. And again, they've got so many attackers. They could have picked anyone tonight to play in that front 3. But the front 3 they have gone is absolutely incredible. And, whoever they put there, it was going to be a really dangerous front 3.
Indeed. As for the travelling side, the visitors Manchester City, it's a similar 4-3-3. In goal, Kiara Keating, a back 4 of Kasparai, who's recently signed a new contract, Kennedy, Alexandri and Leia Uahabi. In the midfield 3, it's Jill Ward, Yui Hasegawa and Laura Blindkilder, and a front line of Mary Fowler, Jess Park and Ayoba Fagino. So it's the same 11 players that started the game against Everton, the game, of course, which they lost against Everton. Do you think it'll be the same players in the same positions, or will there at least be a shuffle in the shape?
I'll be intrigued to see. I think the shape has to be the thing that changes. For me, obviously, I would have said personnel change, but I understand the situation Man City are in. Unless you're going to chuck some, 17, 18, 19-year-olds into this football match, there wasn't really much Gareth Taylor could have done to change the personnel from Sunday's really poor loss. I think something's going to have to change in the system. City cannot go out there tonight and play the same way they did on Sunday, because Barcelona will take them to the absolute cleaners. And I do worry slightly for City, because they're going to have... I mean, I know they'll sit defensive, and I think that will help them. They won't get caught out as much, but Kennedy had a shocker in that first half and was rightfully bought off at half-time.
Yeah.
Starts again tonight through necessity, but, if Tony Payne and Katja Snois cause them issues, then what are Pina and Paraluelo and co going to do? So I fear for City tonight. They're going to... But equally, I don't think we expect them to beat Barcelona at home in such comfortable fashion. Yeah. So perhaps... we shouldn't. Perhaps City are going to come out and they're going to play the same way and surprise us again. But they're just missing. They're missing three key players, and that is costing them massively.
Well, that's the thing to consider. I think the way that Man City will play today, even if the shape and the personnel is the same, the way that City will play today is going to be different. If we look at the way they set up against Barcelona in the first leg, they were a lot deeper than they have been in a lot of games this season. They were a lot more focused on the defensive side of the game. They played a narrow defence. You look at the game against Everton at the weekend, they didn't have a rest defence. Yeah. Whereas against Barcelona in the reverse fixture, they were very much sat in a mid-block for a lot of the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if City played for a draw tonight, because that benefits them. They would finish top of the group, which is undoubtedly a slightly kinder draw. I think they'd rather face at the moment it'd be Arsenal, Real Madrid or Wolfsburg than a Chelsea, Bayern or Lyon.
Yeah,
I think that while that difference isn't huge and it is going to be a tough game, whatever, regardless, I think that being first seed is still favourable at the moment. Yeah,
City can. The main thing to remember is that City can draw tonight and top the group. City can lose 1-0 tonight and still top the group, because I believe it is down to head-to-head. If Barcelona were to win 2-0 or by a bigger margin, then Barcelona would top the group on goal difference. But for City, they can afford to lose 1-0 because they did so well in that first game of the campaign. They can afford for a small loss, but a very small loss at that. So there's not much margin for error there from Man City, but as you say, I think it will be very much more focused on the defensive performance than getting opportunities in the front line. If they get opportunities like they did against Barcelona first time around, then they've got to take them. And again, if Barcelona are sloppy, if they're making errors, City have to punish, but that's a very rarity when it comes to Barcelona. They'll be on their A game tonight. They'll want to top this group. They prove again they're a phenomenal side. It's very rare you see Barcelona not finish top of their UWCL group, and they'll want to, they want to be up that, want to be, top of the four come the end of 90 minutes tonight. But they've got their work cut out for them. City got to put in a good performance, though.
Yeah, looking at chat there, news saying thoughts on Bruggs for Rolfo. I think the difference is more marginal than it would have been considered even last season. I think Esme Bruggs has really come on this season, leaps and bounds. So I don't think it's too big a difference. I think they're both excellent players, though. And, I think they're very similar in the way they play. So what you gain from Esme Bruggs isn't too different from what you gain from Rolfo and what you lose from both players. So I don't think the difference is that huge, really.
No,
very similar players.
They're both very, very good players. The fact that your rotation options at fullback of those two players is absurd. But you've got to share the minutes round. It's a good opportunity for Bruggs tonight to put in a really good performance against a very good opposition.
Yeah, Ryzen saying, "Hi guys, feel like this is not going to end well for City." Potentially not. I think a lot of people will base their thoughts off of how they performed against Everton, and while I can see the merit in that, I think it's also important to state that City will play differently tonight. And I think a lot of the issues that plagued City against Everton, while obviously there were offensive issues and there were creative issues, and that will still be a problem, I think, but maybe not, because they're not trying to break down a low block, so even then you could make an argument. I think the biggest issue for City was defensively, and they kept getting caught out in transition because they were too aggressive in how they wanted to play. Everton were really good at counter-attacking. Barcelona aren't going to play like that. Ever. If we ever see a Barcelona team play a low block, it'll be a disgrace. So City tonight can set up defensively, which they did in the first leg very effectively, and I think they'll probably do tonight, and try and grind out a result. So I don't think they're going to get battered, because I don't think they're going to go for the game. If they do, they will probably get tanked.
Yeah.
But they probably won't.
They'll raise their game tonight, just like Chelsea did in the second half last night against Real Madrid. They raised their game, they won the match. City will do the same. They will play much better than they did against Everton on Sunday. The problem is Barcelona are going to play much better than Everton did on Sunday. So, but as you say, difference in tactic, it's a different style of game. You can't compare the two. And that's why we say that, City can still go challenge teams like Barcelona, even when they lose games like Everton, because they're completely different matches. Yeah. One is a WSL game against a team who just want to defend and then run at you, whereas the other one is a UWCL match against a team who are going to want to come onto you, and there's going to be chances for City to try and get in there and try and disrupt them. And that's what they did. We didn't think City really stood a chance of winning the game at the Joey Stadium a few months back, and they put on a superb performance and they won that game. Yes, they haven't got Hemp. Yes, they haven't got Shaw. Yes, they haven't got Greenwood. But if the system works, then the players have just got to do the job, and they will get something out tonight.
Yeah.
And I think that's the main thing to remember from a City point of view.
Yeah, Rahima Ngala, welcome to the stream, says hi, good to see you, Rahima. Joined us last night, of course, for Chelsea Real Madrid. So yeah, I think today will be an interesting game. We've only got a few minutes now until the game gets underway. Anything else you want to add, Harry?
I mean, at the end of the day for City, if they as long as they don't get battered tonight, if they do lose 2-0, 3-0, it's not great. But at the end of the day, they're through. They will be second, but they will be qualified. That's the main thing. Back in the Champions League and back qualified. They won't, unless they get absolutely torn apart tonight, which I don't think will happen. But if they do, that's the only reason I can see them even thinking about this game. If they lose 2-0, they're second in the group, they're through, and I think they'll want to move on from it quickly, get into their winter break and have a nice couple of weeks off for Christmas. But yeah, they'll want to end on a high, but if they do end up falling to defeat, they won't be too worried. I don't think. And for Barca, well, they want to win every game, so yeah, they usually Barca will want to top the group more than City do. To be honest, I think there's more incentive tonight, and there's more chance that Barcelona go out there, top the group tonight than Man City do.
Barca will want to make a statement, but ultimately I think it matters less for Barcelona because I don't think there's a team in this competition that they fear necessarily. Now, obviously, a tie against Lyon or a tie against Chelsea in the quarterfinals isn't ideal and would be a difficult game, but I think there's no team they fear. There's no game they go, well, we're not the favourites. So I think that in that regard, City will be more keen to be top of the group because then they will get a game where they will see themselves slight favourites potentially. I think if they were to play Wolfsburg right now, they'd see themselves as slight favourites. I think the same for Arsenal. I think the same for Real Madrid. Whereas if you look at those other sides in the competition, I don't think City will back themselves. I mean, not that they wouldn't back themselves, but I don't think they would be going in as favourites against Chelsea, against Lyon, or against Bayern Munich right now. And obviously Bayern and Arsenal could be the other way around, in which case that makes the split between first and second seed incredibly marginal. But I think if it goes the way we expect later this evening, then City will find themselves in a position where they want to be first seed.
And obviously, as you say, Arsenal Bayern Munich will be a great game later on as well. Excuse me. Because, I mean, those teams are only separated by a point. Luckily, they are, because if Bayern had beat Vanarenga, then Arsenal would be going in tonight needing to win 4-0, I think, 3 or 4-0. So
they need 4-0 because of the goal difference. That
would be incredible. But that's bad. They don't need to do that. There's a point between them, so that would be a really good game. But as you say, still not to be shuffled. It could finish Man City and Barcelona, and it could finish Bayern Munich and then Arsenal. It could be the complete way around. That's why the two games we're watching tonight are going to be very, very good to watch because there's still a lot to play for.
Worth noting as well, Kira Walsh starting. She's not started a whole lot for Barcelona this season, but does get the start here against her former side, of course. So what impact will that have? Of course, we expect Kira Walsh to be in the WSL next season, or widely expect her to, because her contract expires at the end of the campaign, and she's been strongly linked with Arsenal, who bidded 1.5 million, a world record 1.5 million on deadline day. That deal didn't go through, but it certainly showed some intent to expect her to be in the WSL next season. Another player we probably expect on this pitch to be going the other way is Lea Alexandri, who has long been linked with a move to Barcelona Femenil, and well, rumours have it in recent weeks that will be something that Barcelona look to make happen next summer. So, yeah, it's no surprise to see players going to from Barcelona to the WSL or from the WSL to Barcelona.
Yeah, I mean, Alexandri, phenomenal centre half, will be a huge loss for City, but still, it would be brilliant for Barcelona. Really good pickup to join the incredible quality they already have at centre half. But yeah, really, Barcelona, just every department of the pitch, absolutely incredible. For City, well, if they get something out of tonight, fair enough to them.
It doesn't look that way. When you look at the City squad tonight, dysfunctional is the way I'd put it.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, really tough for Man City. Tougher than it was in that home game. But who knows?
I'm surprised they haven't given anyone a shot tonight after how bad Saturday was. Because you think back to the first leg, and they gave Naomi Lazelle one of her first starts in City Blue, and it was one of her best games in professional football, arguably her best game in professional football. because she was fantastic in that match. Went on to pick up an injury, haven't seen her since, but she scored the goal, played brilliantly, made a huge difference. Yu Chen says, I think it'll be 4-1 Barca.
Wow.
Oh, that is a hell of a
That is quite
prediction.
big. That's quite big. But yeah, I think, for me, Murphy potentially would have been the one I've bought in. She came on the second half against Everton and looked pretty sharp. But yeah, options slim for Man City tonight.
Yeah. Shall we quickly run through some predictions then? Because we
Yes.
forgot to do that. Do give all the live chat if you haven't already. Give your prediction. But we'll start here in the studio. Harry, what is your prediction?
I'll go 2-1 win to Barcelona. So Man City will still top the group, but a win for Barca.
Okay, I will say 3-0 Barcelona. I think they'll have this one comfortably.
Fair enough.
This evening. But yeah, we will be about to get underway here. Laura Blinkilder from the middle. Waiting for the referee's confirmation. Referee seeking the confirmation from goalkeepers now. And we are... And we are now underway here in this UWCL fixture. It's the final match week of the group stage from Barcelona versus Manchester City. And well, City start the game, but they lose the ball to Barcelona, quickly win it back, but it's knocked out of play. Barcelona thrown on this near side. Ryzen says it's petty, but I hate this City kit. It makes them look like dinner ladies in tabards. That is true. I'm not a fan of it either. Barcelona in possession. Catalina Cole.
So is Jeff Park through the middle tonight?
Yeah, you'd imagine that'd be more of a false nine type role, trying to bring Mary Fowler off the right flank and Ayo Fujino off the left flank into the game. If it is that type of role, though, why not use someone like Chloe Kelly rather than Ayoba Fujino?
Yeah, that is true. I think the main thing is that at least there is a change between today and Sunday.
Yeah.
They again it is a very deep side.
Yeah, Ryzen going 3-1 Barcelona. Jayun, welcome to the stream, says Man City has too many injuries. I think 3-1 Barca. So a lot of people predicting victories and strong victories to Barcelona. And the poll in chat is no different. 81% Barcelona, 19% though backing the citizens in tonight's game.
Fair enough.
No one thinks this will be a draw.
I think I said a slim win to Barcelona. I think there's a very good chance it could be a draw tonight, but we will see.
Depends on how well City play. But I don't think with a full strength side, anyone expects City to do as well as they did.
No.
But there's no reason why they couldn't play just as well this evening if everyone steps up to the level. Well, Alexandri thinks she's playing for Barcelona there, gives the ball away to Aitana Bonmati. Nice work from Bonmati, but she does drag herself a little wide. Goes back to Leon. Patrick Gallardo wriggles out well. Yeah, Pina.
Got away with one there, Alexandri. Just tried to take too long on the ball, and it did get pounced on, but Bonmati managed to steer herself wide.
Esme Brooks plays that in behind. Eva Payor would get there. Fantastic though from Alexandri. And now City can look to play out. Keating back out to Alexandri. Hasegawa under pressure. Force into an error there. But that is given as a free kick.
Ooh. Let off Hasegawa there, I think.
I think there was a nudge though.
There was.
A bit too much of a push.
Yeah, but City, they want to get on the ball tonight, but Barcelona are going to make them work for it. If they're going to have possession, Barcelona are going to hunt that ball down. And it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, Keddy was going to take that, but she'll now let Kiara Keating send that long. Something for Fowler to chase and headed down there by Mape Leon. And now Esme Brooks. Brooks carrying it forwards, not happy with the forward options. Goes back to Gallardo. Now Brooks. Mape Leon. And now Catalina Cole. And Barcelona will switch from left to right. Paredes. Ona Batier. Lovely football from Barcelona down this right-hand side. And Salma Paraluelo will drop dart inside. Good defending though from Alexandria, who comes across and handles the danger.
Yeah, steps in well there.
Keating to Hasegawa. Picked off in there is Yui Hasegawa. Gallardo to Claudia Pina. Finds Paraluelo. Time for the shot. Doesn't take it. Uwahabi makes a mess of it. Big effort from Paraluelo. Big save from Kiara Keating.
Yeah. Again, Messi from City out of the back and getting caught in their own penalty area. Uwahabi has to deal with this better. She does well initially to get back in and stop Paraluelo's initial shot, but doesn't do well enough, and it's a really good save from Keating.
Well there by Kiara Keating.
It's a really good save.
Crucial stop early on. But again, City opened up too simply after only 3 minutes.
Just trying to play out the back and just losing the ball immediately.
Yeah.
And you've got to be careful of that.
Ball in towards the near post. Flicked up in the air there, but out of play for another corner. Brooks trying to compete there at the near post. Looked like it came off there, but apparently not.
Not sure I feel like near post corners. But we'll see where this one goes.
And a ball in again towards the near post. Headed away, but only as far as Patrick Gallardo takes some wild stabs at it. But that is cleared away without much fuss by Alana Kennedy.
Yeah, again, dealt with well there by Kennedy, but I think that got away with one there, Manchester City, because it looked like that Gallardo could have actually got a bit of a decent shot away. Kennedy looks like he's got a black eye. Not sure why, or if it is a black eye, or
she's taking up boxing.
Yeah. City have really been in the wars the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gareth Taylor, a little bit of pressure on his side at the moment. Both on and off the pitch. That's dealt with really well.
By Harvey now, Blinkilder. Ryzen says Kennedy's black eye makes it look badass. Yeah. See, I mean, that was a bit of a weird one. The ball sort of pinched between Mary Fowler and one of the Barcelona players and pinged back into Barcelona's possession. Nice run from Bonmati. Will get there. Good. An important block from Alana Kennedy.
Yeah, really good tackle to stop Bonmati doing more than, well, she managed, but really good football again from Barcelona.
She pretty much just walks into a brilliant position.
Yeah.
Kennedy almost caught out, but she does get back across well. A bit close to being out, or off the pitch anyway, to be fair. So another corner for Barcelona then. This delivery again to the near post with much more success here. And a big stop from Chiara Keating, necessary to deny Ava Payor. Well worked routine, almost executed to perfection.
Keating is going to be a busy goalkeeper tonight.
Because Fagino is on Payor. Makes sense.
I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a header. Payor has to run back to get it and manages to direct it goalwards, and it's a really good stop from Keating and tip it over the bar. But City are under a lot of pressure already.
Yeah.
There's no rest at all. But another really good save from Keating.
So Barcelona again over this one then. And a ball in towards the near post, dealt with by Manchester City, and now they'll look to break. Jess Park sends it long, but there is nobody forward for City today. And this looks like Everton at the weekend. They've taken inspiration from Brian Sorensen, flicked on the box there from Salma Paraluelo, claimed well by Chiara Keating.
Yep, right direction for Paraluelo, not much behind it though, and Keating can happily watch that kind of just float into her arms.
Yeah. Bernie Rose, welcome to the stream. Says hi, Jack and Harry. Hi, Bernie. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. So Manchester City in possession now, then. Ball back to Chiara Keating. It's not a convincing pass into Hasegawa, but she makes it work. Now Jill Rord. Lea Alexandri. Twisting and turning away from Ava Payor. Goes back to Chiara Keating. A nice pass out to the right-hand side. Cut out there by Esme Brugt, but then sent the other way. And the City just can't get the ball down. They've instantly lost the ball there. Fowler gives away possession. Claudia Pina tries to come inside. Important challenge from Kirsten Kasparai. And now City can make this pitch wide and use the space, but they won't. Jill Rord goes back instead. Keating. Into Rord. Rord flicks it towards Kennedy. Kennedy with a forward pass that doesn't quite come off. Now here is Blinkilder. Carrying the ball forwards. They've lost possession in there. Referee struck with the ball by a Barcelona player.
Great tackle that from the referee. But you can see there's opportunity there for City to get the ball forwards tonight.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit overstepped. And that clearance there, if it weren't for the referee, that, you know, I think it was going to fall to Hasegawa to reuse. But City, they're playing dangerously, trying to play, you know, out of the back. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that, but
And a ball over the top here, and Barcelona are in behind. Esme Bruggs could look to cut it across goal. Try to find Payor. Payor can't get there. Will drop now for Pina. Pina caught on the edge of the box. Not given. Payor surely in an offside position there. Play continues. Payor's shot blocked. Corner for Barcelona. Somehow Payor stayed on side there. Bernie saying in chat, loves watching Yui Hasegawa play. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
By the way.
Really good player. And again, so it's
Payor inches away there.
yeah, it's a really good finish from Alexandri, but realistically, Payor is unmarked, should get there first and should score. Let off for City, another corner.
And this one floated in towards the back post this time. Payor unable to meet it. There's a clear target with all of these deliveries.
Yeah.
I think that one, to be fair, was Patrick Gallardo, but they've got. I mean, they've stopped doing the near post corners now, City. Oh, sorry, Barca. Yeah. At least they have there.
Well, the thing is, they've had so many corners, they're having to come up with different ways to take them.
Yeah, and of course they will have those different options to try and cause the team issues, but yeah, interesting to see them switch that quite so early.
I mean, they've had, 4 corners in the first 10 minutes? It's incredible, you know. They're putting so much pressure on City.
Harvey. Brilliant there from Rod. Good football.
Great tackle.
Mape Leon, fantastic. Now Aitana Bonmati. Wriggles out of a tight area well, finds Esme Bruggs, who turns, finds Patrick Gallardo. Gallardo coming up the left-hand side now, uses Claudia Pina. Back to Bruggs. Pina. Try and play a forward pass, not quite going to come off. Yichen says, could English teams meet in the quarterfinals? Yes, I believe they could, Yichen. If not, we'd pretty much know every draw.
Ooh.
Saved and claimed well there.
That's a let off. You can't let Aitana Bonmati turn and shoot from 20 yards out. Luckily, that's straight at Keating and well claimed, but got to be careful, City. Can't afford for that to happen too often.
And the ball in behind now, looking for Gino. So for Cassina Cole, he's made a mess of it, but City unable to capitalise on that error. Ona Batier finds Samuel Paraluelo, who's brought down. And that'll be a Barcelona free kick.
Let off for Catalina Cole. The path really did not have enough on it, and I thought for a moment that Fagino was going to get there, but well worked out by Paredes.
Reminiscent of the Olympics.
Yeah.
Of the errors she was making in that Spain-Brazil game. Bonmati finds Paraluelo, wants to take on Alexandria. Alexandria, though, deals with her. I think I've said this before, and I'm sure there'll be fans in chat that disagree with me, and I'd quite like to hear from them if so. But Samuel Paraluelo is a player I just don't rate particularly highly, and now she's going to try and shut me up, but Hasegawa does win the ball back. I just don't think I've ever seen a fantastic player in the Liga F. You know, you look at her contributions in that division, and she's done very well, but I've never seen her perform in big matches. I think if you're going to play for Barcelona, that is quite a crucial thing. Here's Bonmati. I mean, you take last season on Barcelona en route to winning the Champions League, she didn't score a single goal in the knockouts of Barcelona. But I think she still notched up 6 for the tournament, all came in the group stage. In the Olympics in the summer, she didn't score a goal. I don't think she scored in the World Cup of 2023, so I'd have to fact check that one because I'm not quite as sure on that one. But I've just not seen Paraluelo do it in big matches yet.
It's interesting. The thing is, Barcelona got so many options that, you know, if Paraluelo doesn't do it, Puyol will do it. If Puyol doesn't do it, then Pina will do it. If Pina doesn't do it, then Graham Hansen will do it. And the list goes on.
Yeah.
The City have done well to weather the early storm. Long way to go, though.
No, Hasegawa trying to play out of a tight area there. Barcelona just penning City in so effectively. That is another Barcelona throw. Alex says, hi all, how do you guys actually rate Blunkilder and do City need more depth in midfield in January? They definitely need a defence midfielder. I think Blunkilder is a good player, still very raw. I thought it was a bit of a weird signing when they made it because they spent like 200,000 on her, I think, from Aston Villa. And I think while she's a good player, is there £200,000 worth of current talent? No. Is there £200,000 worth of future talent or potential? I'm not 100% sure there is yet. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
But I think she's got the potential to be right up there. I think other than that, once they've got Viviana Miedemar back, they've got enough options, really.
Well, I think usually shouldn't be starting. You'd have Park Road and Hasegawa in there, and then you'd play someone further up. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yeah. Bernie says, agree, she's a bit overrated. I'm glad you agree with my thoughts there, Bernie. Sapphire says, by the way, the N in Pina is just a normal N. It's Pina, not Pina. Okay, thank you.
Boring.
That is, yeah. Claudia Pina. I mean, I'll take it though, Sapphire, only one pronunciation mistake so far. But yeah, always do appreciate the feedback, so thank you. Here is Esme Brut. Gallardo, now Leon. Walsh, Leon. Finds Gallardo. Here is Paredes, now Ona Battier. That's a ball over the top, trying to find Aitana Womati, cut out by Alexandri. It's been really interesting to see how City are using their centre-backs at the moment. Alexandri is pushing up as a defence midfielder. It may not be very noticeable, but what they're doing is Alexandri is pushing into defence midfield, and both of the fullbacks are pretty much playing centre-back today. So it's almost like they've got 4 centre-backs on the pitch.
They've done the reverse.
And Alexandri's playing a bit of a libero role. But what it means is they've got a bit of steel in midfield. It means she can go and pounce on players without it just being Kearney behind her.
Yeah.
And then Kearney's almost playing a bit of a sweeper role at the moment. Where rather than having to win that initial contact or getting spun and then Barca are in, she's just stepping off. And Alexandri's the one that's jumping onto place. But yeah. Sava says, I think people often forget that Salma is only 20. She's better as a winger, but she's been played in the middle a lot.
She's only 20?
Yeah. She's a young player.
Fair enough, then.
But I think, given the fact they played her through the centre for most of her... She's 21. Played it through the middle for most of last season. She wasn't able to notch up a goal in the Champions League knockouts. Is not a particularly strong.
Yeah. I thought she was much older than that. Much older, but that surprised me.
I mean, I think a lot of my frustration comes because she finished 3rd in the Ballon d'Or, and I don't see what she did to deserve that.
Yeah, that is quite high. But I don't pay attention to the Ballon d'Or.
Because if it's just based off the fact that it was that she scored so many in the Liga F, then Myra Miro should have won the Ballon d'Or. Because she scored loads in the Liga F and loads in the WSL. Kasparai. Hasegawa. Kasparai. Had one in there by Mape Leon. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I think that a competition voted for by people who don't have an incredible understanding of the women's game, necessarily. Yeah. Doesn't make much sense. Alex said, funny, always the defence midfield debate for City when they sent Ruby Mace to Leicester last summer. Indeed. I don't understand that one. I mean, so it's been an issue for a while now. Ruby Mace would be that long-term successor, but
I mean, Mace is England's long-term replacement for a defence midfielder. You know, and if she is starting for England, then I think City have made a bit of an error there.
Yeah.
Well, Hasegawa won a free kick and was having a moment because she got smashed in the face. Now Keating's gone down with an issue. So, quite a long pause here. Hasegawa was all right. Keating would be the main concern.
Now, Bernie says one thing about Joan Laporta, he will always support the team. Is it Joan or one? I can't remember, but Joan. I'm going to go Joan. But yeah. Who's the Barcelona? Is he the Barcelona president again now? So I think he was. And then perhaps he wasn't for a bit. I have no idea. Bernie says the Women's Ballon d'Or is a popularity contest at times. I've agreed with all the winners, but some of the placements are wild. Yeah, I think it's very difficult. Because the other thing we have is the fact that in the men's game, Europe is completely dominant over everything, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, the other continents don't really have much competition. But in the women's game, you've got America, where there is such a strong footballing culture. There are such strong teams. So I think it's very difficult to do a Ballon d'Or when there is no doubt. How on earth do you directly compare Sophia Smith and Samuel Paranaguelo, for example, when they don't play in the same competitions.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to do. In the men's game, you can go, well, this team won the Champions League, this team won the Euros, they all played against each other, so he deserves to win it. They deserve whatever. It's very difficult to do, I think, therefore, in the women's game because they don't play in direct competition. It's why I've said that, I've been saying that we really need the Women's Club World Cup more than we need a Men's Club World Cup. You know, I look at the Men's Club World Cup and think, well, it's just going to be which European team wins.
Yeah.
Because, let's be frank, no team outside of Europe is going to win the Men's Club World Cup.
No.
Unless some bizarre miracle occurs.
Yeah.
But in the women's game, I think it'd be a genuinely interesting competition. I want to see on a competitive stage, how do the Washington Spirit compare to Chelsea, for example, to Barcelona? I think it would be a truly fascinating competition. Barcelona coming forwards now, though, and that's a big win in there from Kennedy. And again, we're seeing Kennedy drop off, and the other centre-backs try and swarm around Barcelona's attackers. Blinkilder, Kennedy. Keating, a pass into Jill Roord. It's also much more of a natural midfield pivot tonight, rather than a 3. So rather than Hasegawa operating as a single pivot player and then 2 midfielders who sort of play in the pockets, you've got it's a midfield 3 occasionally, but a lot of the time that we're seeing them drop into a 2.
Yeah.
It's only when they get higher up the pitch into more sustained position that they do then switch into more of a single pivot type role. Hasegawa. And Kennedy forced into knocking that one out of play. Alex says City can also barely replace Alex Greenwood. Don't rate Kennedy anymore. No, I think she's definitely lost a yard. The way they're using her tonight is really intelligent. And again, this is why I think Gareth Taylor is a very good coach, because he is so pragmatic. Because he can solve problems. He can offer solutions.
So far, they got it right tonight. I worry from the slightly because I don't think this will keep up for 90 minutes, but he knows as well. They only concede 1 goal.
I don't think Barcelona can keep up this intensity for 90 minutes.
That is true, potentially.
No, they've been chasing after everything so far. Eventually, they're going to be knackered.
Then they just bring on Kika Nazareth or whoever you want
Electa
to.
Putellas?
Yeah, Putellas.
I don't think she's on the bench.
That's boring.
I will check. I saw that she is there though.
Is Graham Hansen on the bench as well?
Yes. Rolfo Hansen Lopez Nazareth Putellas.
I think it might be alright, because they'll just go, hang on, let's just say these players.
All of these on.
Yeah.
But yeah. Amar Smayai says, yes, he is. I think that's in relation to Joan Laporta still being in charge of Barcelona, or still being club president of Barcelona. Lots going on at that club, though.
Oh, there's always lots going on at that club.
I'd also be intrigued to see if the financial problems that have plagued the men's team will also plague the women's team at some point. Because I know Barcelona keep pulling magical levers, but at some point they are going to run out of money.
I was going to say, they just keep finding their pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yes. There are so many rainbows in Barcelona.
Yeah.
Hasegawa, Roord, ball down the line, Park goes chasing, but Barcelona win it back. Yichen says Women's Club World Cup would be so exciting. Yeah, exactly. I'd love it. And we've got the Europa League coming in Europa Cup, coming in next year. There is a worthy distinction between the two because there is no league format coming in with that competition. It's strictly a knockout competition.
I like that.
With a 2-legged final, though.
I don't like that.
Which I don't necessarily love.
No. I just don't get... it's hard. You know, a final is meant to be 90 minutes, 1 venue, 1 place, 1 game, and you get yourself up for it.
Yeah.
Because you can lose 1-0 in the first leg of the final. You go, that's all right, we'll turn up the other one.
Alex says they are planning a Women's Club World Cup for early 2026. That would be good.
When are they going to play it?
America.
No, when?
Oh. Don't know. I imagine they'll do the end of the NWSL season though and just disrupt the European calendar. Because that's the thing, that's the complication, isn't it? And you have it with the World Cup and the just the World Cup, sorry, and I guess the Olympics, is that it comes right in the middle of the NWSL season.
Yeah.
Whereas
they still won
because it's centered on it's centered on, but arguably you could say, well, that's why they won
because they're all in shape.
They're all
Not in shape.
Right.
That sounds like
They're all at full sharpness.
Yeah,
all in shape.
the whole of Europe is on a massive. Just
Let themselves go.
yeah, lost a yard. Great touch from Fowler.
And now
Look
here
at
comes
Virginia.
midfielder, and there's so much space. If Virginia can stay on side, Park carrying it forwards. Chance for Manchester City. Jess Park. Good save from Catalina Cole.
And this is what we've got to remember. City still pack a punch when they do get the ball forwards. Really good play. This ball for me had to come sooner into Virginia. Park does well because at that point the pass to Virginia was too obvious. Works it well. It's not a bad effort. And Catalina Cole is called into action for the first time tonight. City's first shot on target, not bad.
Yeah. Bernie says Europa Cup, finally European trophy Chelsea could win. Low blow. No, I think that I don't think Chelsea will ever play in the Europa Cup. Well, but perhaps one day. You know, the women's side can't win the league every season.
Well, you know.
So eventually you'd have to assume they won't be the best team in England or best two teams in England. One of the best teams in the world. So potentially they'll get knocked out and then go into the women's Europa Cup.
It's going to be really interesting to see who's going to win that. Because it's not. Think about all the teams that. Oh, it's a great ball.
Here's Aitana Bonmati. Wriggles through well. Parallelo slips over, pokes it out. And I don't know why Payor has.
That's a let off for City.
Pushed that as backheel.
Huge let off. They're still not. Just not have it yet.
And Navatier lifts it in there. Payor heads it on, falls for parallel for Bruggs, and that's over.
Yeah, Barcelona should have scored by now. Really good opportunities. They're just not taking them. This is a lovely ball. Bruggs is an absolute acres. Flicked on brilliantly by Payor, looking for the top right corner. That's where this was the initial chance as well. Pina with some Pina. That's the one. And Payor just got to flick it to Payor. I don't know why Payor does a back heel. Barcelona should have scored by now.
Pina's pineapple, isn't it? Or is that pina?
That's why, because she doesn't want to be called a pineapple. It's pina, I think.
There you go, yeah. So, apologies for the Spanish viewers. I've been calling Claudia Pina pineapple for 15 minutes. It's cutie.
City riding their luck a little bit in this game, but overall, they've done all right. I think the fact they've had a chance will give them a little bit of optimism as well. Yeah. That is a brilliant ball from Keating.
Worth noting as well, the other game in this group, SK and St Poulton 0, Hamby 2. They've scored 20th minute and 22nd minute.
Solid for Hamby, that.
Julie Blackstad with the second goal.
That's well brilliantly by Wahhabi.
Of course, a former Citizen.
Yes. Still a very good player. But does that mean Hamby have taken 6 points from the group?
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Well, they just beat St Poulton.
They beat the teams they meant to beat. They lost the teams they were meant to lose to. Oh, that's poor. And
a chance now for Bonmati, who lifted over Keating, but does miss the target.
Wow. How have Barcelona not scored? How has Bonmati not scored? That is an open goal. Just got to lift it over Keating and put it on target.
Well, she was at the FIFA The Best ceremony yesterday, picking up the best player in the world. Well, that not quite.
Keating can't play that pass.
Best effort.
And can't get Casagar was never in that ball. Bonmati pounces, and with Keating a good 15 yards out of her net, should have been a goal.
Chance now for Barcelona. Huge tackle from Leo Alexandri. They clear it away, but only as far as Parallelo. And City just can't get the ball out. Pedro Gallardo. Walsh goes wide. Here's Payor. Walsh. Payor. Match to take on
Barcelona have got to start shooting. Bonmati again wins the ball back on the edge of the area, takes a touch into the penalty area, and then should just shoot. But by the time she's ready to get there, she tries to knock it past Alexandria. It's a really good tackle. But again, won it off Hasegawa. Needs to shoot earlier. Tries to take on too many players. Yeah, it's not... Yeah. Really good. It's good defending from Alexandria, but Barcelona have got to start to just pull the trigger and put some shots at Keating. Because they're getting some brilliant shooting opportunities and just not shooting. Again, Man City getting away with it a little bit at the moment. But we're nearly at the half-hour mark. It's still 0-0. And so far, the game plan is working. Park forced all the way back to her own defence. Again, that it's the part, but it's not even like the wrong pass. There's nothing on that pass. It just needs more on it, and Virginia's got to be more active. She doesn't lose the ball there because it's a poor pass, or because if she just gets moving a bit quicker, then it can't be pounced on. And if the pass has a bit more weight behind it, just got to be a little bit snappier from City.
Yeah, indeed. It's just been sloppy.
I think they're trying to play.
Playing with a set piece here.
It's going to be difficult. They're trying to play out. And I think sometimes they just need to realise the pass isn't always on.
And they're going to try a routine, and they do put it in the box. Headed on. Payor can't quite get there. Virginia trying to see it out. Looks like it's gone. Barca keep it alive. Missed the chance anyway. And it seems that it did go. Eddie says, how dare you question Bonmati? Haven't you heard? We must worship the ground she walks on. She is perfect. Welcome to the stream, Eddie. Good to see you. Yi Chen says, but this game is so much different than the last one. What, between these two sides?
Yeah.
Yeah, City haven't had anyone up there to hold the ball up, really.
They were nowhere near under this much pressure.
At times, however, they dealt with it. The difference is that because the problem is that they were under spells like this, but not... Well, not really spells. There were moments, but they weren't really spells because they were able to get the ball forwards, find Kalia Shaw, the ball would stick to her, she'd hold on to it, then bring others into the game, and then they'd attack, and then that changes the game, the flow of the game, because rather than it being a constant wave, a constant barrage of Barcelona possession and pressure, it does mix up a little bit. We do see City go forwards. We're not seeing that in this game because they simply are just, when they get the ball, they clear it away, and a lot of times they're either not finding anyone, finding a Barcelona player, or occasionally they're finding a City player, but very often there's no one up there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Eddie says, it goes to show you that Barca benefit from playing in the weakest league. Yeah, I think it is the weakest out of the top 5 from what I've seen. I think when you consider they have no real... I know Real Madrid are 3 points off them this season. I don't consider that to be real competition yet. I think the weakest side in their league is quite far off. I think the French league is their biggest. It's the biggest gap probably between top and bottom. But then the French league has the added thing of, well, you've got Paris FC, super competitive, and PSG, obviously for Lyon. UWCL by far the most competitive from top to bottom, and then within that title fight, I know the title fight's been slightly different this year, and people point to the fact that Chelsea have won 5 in a row and say, well, it's not competitive, but it is. In all of the last 5 seasons, there have been teams who are within touching distance of Chelsea. Just this season, Chelsea have started so strong, but I would be surprised if there isn't a moment in the season where that closes up, even if it is late in the campaign. I still think that will probably close up. Or it won't be more than 6.
Yeah. City would have fancied themselves last season to win that title. Although we're hoping to win some silverware this year.
I mean, they lost on goal difference last season, which says everything really about how tight that league is. Then you look around the other leagues in Bundesliga, there's about 4 teams competing for the title. Incredibly competitive right now.
They've all kind of taken points off each other.
It says they obviously have immensely talented players, but they run through that league because the competition is weak. And the fact that
what a
fantastic save from Chiara Keating. Brilliant stop.
It's got to the point where Barcelona are taking pot shots from 20 yards out and Keating just making phenomenal saves. Brugge this time. Falls through on the edge of the area. It's a ball put into the box. It's dealt with not brilliantly. It's lovely effort, and it's an even better save from Chiara Keating.
Yeah.
If City get something from tonight, they'll have Chiara Keating be like, that's a phenomenal stop. The reach, the ability, the way she got her behind that and tipped it over.
That's why Chiara Keating has to be City's number 1. Unfathomable they even tried to make it Yamashita at the start of this season. Yamashita gets nowhere near that.
And with her being number 1, you think it'd give her a good chance of getting back involved with England?
Yeah, it's going to be tough because a third choice doesn't really matter anyway. Alan Morehouse has done well this season, so I think that I wouldn't be surprised if that is
rather Keating for the 21s because she can still play for them.
Yeah.
Alexandria really
and to
good.
be fair, I mean, Alan Morehouse hasn't got any minutes for England yet. You know it's got Earps or Hampton at the moment.
Yeah.
Can't really see Keating breaking at that just yet.
Sliced out by Kennedy. City got to keep working hard for 12 minutes. Get to half-time level.
Yeah.
Barcelona have had everything. Have dominated.
And here is Jess Park carrying the ball forwards. Big challenge there from Matchweek. And City lose the ball. Barcelona in possession now.
Doing well just to hold City where they are.
Sapphire says, I also think the best team in the world is going to dominate whatever league they're in, unless the second best team is in the same league. Yeah, there's a difference between domination and being able to field your second team for most of the season and pretty much win every game. I think Barcelona have won. I mean, I haven't kept up with the league for much this season, but I think they've won every game. They won every game last season. Until the end, I think. That was a poor cutback there from
I felt like a really good opportunity with Payor in behind, and suddenly it just dissipated. And they tried to work it round, and it all went wrong. But Barcelona, they're going to have to work for this. City have proven that.
Yeah, Alex says no Hempo and no Greenwood can be crucial for City in these big games. Eddie said Hemp is arguably the most important player going forward. I think usually I'd agree. I think on a night like this, Khadija Shaw is incredible. I mean, obviously, normally she's a brilliant player, but I get what you're saying in that Hemp is more of a miss because they miss her creativity, whereas they have got other players who can create chances. But I think tonight, Shaw is their biggest loss because they've got no one up there for what they want to do tactically. You have to have a striker that can hold up the ball. It works better when you've got a striker who can hold up the ball immensely well. Firgino. That's a go. Firgino, well worked. That ball could have gone into the box sooner. Firgino squaring up to Onabatier. Does manage to get the ball in there, and that looked more of a foul from Jess Park than an attempt to win the ball.
City enjoying a rare moment.
Alexandre.
Campton.
Now Jill Rord, who'll take a and it crashes off the crossbar. Blinkilder tries to squeeze it through the Fowler, cleared away by Matchweek, and that will give Eva Payor something to chase, Keating off her line quickly. And Barcelona can't react.
Wow.
What an effort from Jill Rord.
A rare moment with City being camped in Barcelona's half, and no one gets near Rord, and she just fancies having a go. Definitely caught Cole out. Rattling the crossbar. What an effort. City have had 2 shots tonight, and they've both been really good strikes. One was Park had a shot saved by Cole, and Rord crashing against the crossbar.
Yeah.
I mean, that had gone in after the first 35 minutes that we'd seen, with Barcelona definitely the superior side. Wow.
Paolo Elo cuts inside. Big challenge there from Leo Harvey. Rord. Trying to wriggle around Onabatier.
She fouled, yes.
Foul there.
This is where you say, how Barcelona they have just dropped off a little bit. They have just, the performance, it has just dropped a yard. Everything is being done a little bit slower, a little bit less intensity. And it's helping City work their way back into this game. What an effort from Rord. What a strike that is. So unlucky not to find the back of the net, or at least to force a good save out of Cole and win a corner. Keating's to get the ball moving. Yeah, last 5 minutes, City definitely starting it back into this football match.
Yeah.
And there will be quite a bit of additional time.
Yeah.
But City working well. Barcelona got to keep this up. Well, that's fun.
Sapphire says Barcelona's only won every game in the league once in 21-22 and only gone invincible twice. Eddie finding that amusing. Only gone invincible twice. Worth noting they have lost 2 league matches since 2019.
Oh, what a tackle from Alexandre.
And they don't play another league match till 2025. That is 6 years. And in that time they've won every league rep title. Yes, they have drawn 4, I think, in that time. But that is utterly absurd. 2 league losses in 6 years. Here is Catalina Cole. Yichen's Paraluelo is not good enough. I don't necessarily disagree. I just don't see
another really good ball.
Ball. Payor's in behind. Should finish. Big save again from Chiara Keating. Payor doesn't look confident this evening. She's rushing these opportunities up front tonight.
Yeah, Payor's frustrated herself and probably getting
finally the run, and the pass through is fantastic from Esme Brooks. Nailed to perfection. But she's got another touch in her potentially.
That's a great save again, though. Keating is
indeed.
pulling out all the stops.
But the problem is as well, she tracks it a little bit too wide. So she kind of makes it readable as to what she's going to do.
What a first half from Chiara Keating.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal. And again, proving what we said from match week 1, she has to be their starting goalkeeper.
Yeah. Some unbelievable saves. Another corner, another clearance. Still a really...
Happy Leon. Nice turn, trying to get away from Park. No, contesting well for the ball, and that'll be a Manchester City throw.
Yeah.
He says, I mean, yeah, if they went invincible every year, it'd be mental, but that's impossible, no matter the money you spend or players you have. Yeah, it's very difficult to imagine a team ever going invincible every year.
Because I think you'd just get bored. You'd want to lose a game at that point.
Yeah.
Like, you just go, oh, I don't want to win this one, I'm fed up winning.
But also, the nature of football is that sometimes it just doesn't happen. You create so many chances, it just doesn't happen.
Keating does well to read that.
Kasparov. To carry the ball forwards. Has an inside pass to Blinkill that goes back instead to Kennedy. Kennedy turns away there from Ava Payor. Now Keating. Keating will drill a ball. Wow, that's not a great pass. It's out of play. Alex says at the moment I can see City going for Eula Brand for both wings and Katoto as a sure replacement this winter because both run out of contracts in the summer.
If they were to sign both of them somehow, then that would be...
Title race on.
Yeah. They'd put themselves right back in it with a brilliant chance of winning some trophies.
I just don't see why both join. Katoto I see because PSG aren't in the Champions League. But then you've got to convince her to play a more rotational role. She's not starting every game for Man City. Which I'm not sure, maybe she would be accepting of.
A lot of minutes to go around and with Shaw's injury history.
Yeah, that I think, is a good reason. She cross a out wide.
Yeah.
And doesn't look, entirely uncomfortable. Now, as for Eula Brand, that for me is a very difficult one to pull off with Wolfsburg still in the title race in the Bundesliga and still in the Champions League hunt. Because I think even though she's only got 6 months left, there's a chance that they are working on a renewal. And there's a chance that... And what I think Wolfsburg would still say, we want loads and loads of money.
And if they end with... And if she can end Wolfsburg on a high, winning the Frauen Bundesliga and going deep in the Champions League, then I think she'd rather do that.
But I also wouldn't be surprised if she's got more attractive options than Man City right now.
Potentially.
City are second. Start Jan, they could find themselves fourth if they lose to United.
Yeah.
And that is a conditional statement. But, with the form that United are in, the form that City are in, there is a chance.
Yeah.
But, so I'm not sure they are the most attractive option to Eula Brand. I'm sure Bayern Munich will be looking at her. I'm sure it's someone that Chelsea will be considering. Because right wing probably is the only position Chelsea could buy another player, and it wouldn't be, completely absurd. It would probably mean that either Aggie Jones, which isn't going to happen, or Mia Fischel would move on.
That's not a good pass from Kennedy.
And here come Barca, ball inside. Kato Alexandri, who's been immense tonight. Absolutely.
The defence have done so well of all covering each other, and that includes Chiara Keating playing as to sweep the keeper. Been really sharp. When Kennedy's pushed up, Alexandri's covered. When Alexandri's pushed up, Kennedy's covered. And when the ball's got over both of them, Keating's come flying through and managed to get the ball gone.
Challenge from Alexandri.
Predict it so well.
Here is Esme Brooks. Bonmati loses it. Eva Payor, and it's there. Barcelona find the breakthrough. Barcelona 1, Manchester City 0. And Payor has rushed her shots all evening, but that one was not rushed. Volleyed home well. Barcelona 1, Manchester City 0.
Yeah, just on the brink of half-time, City couldn't hold on and Barcelona get the goal they've deserved from this whole half. Really well worked down the left-hand side. City do well initially.
Good cutback from Bruggs.
Yeah.
Bonmati tries to fight for it.
You can't,
spills out to Eva Payor.
You can't clear it. I'm not really too critical of Kennedy, but at the end of the day, you can't clear it into the middle of your penalty area. But it more hits her foot than her actually clearing it. But you've just got to get some lift on it and just get it gone. Just kick it away. But it more kind of hits her shin and it falls to Payor. He does really well to there to find the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Barcelona finally get their goal. But City will be frustrated that they didn't last until the half. Although, here they come themselves.
Jill Rord trying to keep it in play. She is offside. Almer says Brooks has been really good. Not Payor, it was Pineapple. Or was it? I was Claudio Pina. Sorry. I just thought that was over Payor. Well done, Claudio Pina.
Well done, Pina.
Pineapple Scott.
That looked like Payor to me.
Bernie asked about Braga and Gwyn and whether they would leave. Alex saying that Gwyn won't leave Bayern. She's the captain of the national team and vice captain of Bayern. Yeah. True. Amer says Brooks has been really good. I think I spoke about that, but yeah, she has been really good. Created that opportunity there.
Really, really exciting left back. Caused a lot of
injuries. And again, we spoke about on our Monday stream when we were looking at doing the draw, or covering the draw. You know, who's in competition for the Euros next summer? And I think Esme Brooks is a huge bonus for Netherlands.
Yeah.
Such a diverse, creative, wide player, but also someone who can cover you in defensive areas, but also if they needed her as a winger, she can also do that sort of role.
And in that group, they're going to need players that make the difference, and she's that kind of player.
Paoluelo puts it into the box, falls for Esme Brugge, who can't quite keep it in play, and that will be a Man City corner. The goal kick, sorry. Eddie says Esme is going to be a star. Couldn't agree more. Montserrat says Keating's great at stopping shots. She really needs to work on distribution, though. Yeah, and I think that's why Yamashita initially was number one, but the rest she's such a bad shot stopper that they can't really excuse, continuing to play her. But I agree that if Keating wants to survive in the modern era of goalkeepers, she's got to get better with the ball at her feet, which is a coachable attribute, to be fair. I think that's the one thing I would say about Kiara Keating is I think that aspect of the game is coachable still at this age.
Yeah.
So I think that's something they've got to be working on, got to be looking at. Keating comes out quickly and deals with that. Eddie says the Dutch have some really great young players. Well, yeah, you've got two at Chelsea now, or will once Viola Berman joins next summer. And obviously Vika Cap team was spoken about. You could even say Aniek Nguyen, of course, who is Dutch. Half time here in Barcelona. Barcelona 1, Manchester City 0. The goal from Claudia Pina making the difference. I think it's the fact she wears number 9 that was catching me out there with Eva Payor. But yeah, a good strike. And that brought Barcelona into the lead. Barcelona 1, Manchester City 0. Alex says Young Brooks already good enough to replace Rolfo. Sapphire says Brooks is starting to outcompete Rolfo for me. Rolfo will probably leave either in the summer or the summer after. That's interesting. Where would Fridolina Rolfo go? Feels like a Caldente-esque opportunity for somebody.
It's a very good question, but as you said, a lot of teams out there who would probably jump at the chance to sign a player like Fridolina Rolfo.
Oh, of course, it's Fridolina Rolfo.
But as you say, Brooks, again, been brilliant tonight. A player that makes an impact in both thirds of the pitch and is a very, very exciting player. And you know she has to be a good player to start over Rolfo at the moment. Yeah. To bench Rolfo, it takes a lot. So hats off to her, and another really good half.
Probably end up at London City Lionesses because Michelle Kang is buying all of the footballers and all of the football clubs. And then
just old Swedish players that are still really good.
Exactly. Sophia Jakobsen, Kosovo Eslane.
I'm annoyed they haven't done it better this season.
Pretty rough. What, London City?
Yeah, they're alright.
Where are they now?
I think
third, fourth?
Yeah. But, I mean, I thought they'd take the league by score. Eslane might have scored 30 goals and they'll take the league by storm. But
Yeah, that hasn't quite happened like that.
I haven't checked or watched a game.
And
in
they
a couple
bought
weeks.
I was going to say Missy Goodwin, but that's not. That's a Leicester player.
Mm,
They signed a youngster who from like Newcastle or someone like that.
right,
Isabel Goodwin
potentially.
But yeah, they bought a young player. They broke the transfer record in that division. They've bought loads of players. Hasn't really worked out. Anyway, on the topic of tonight, 14 shots from Barcelona, 2 from Manchester City, 7 on target, 1 from Manchester City, 66% possession, 34% possession, 8 corners to 0 corners. Everything going Barcelona. One-way traffic, really.
Yeah, City were under the cosh for the whole half. That's exactly how we expect this game to go. And they would have, I think they'd have liked to hold on till half time. I think Gareth will be frustrated they didn't last 2 more minutes and just make it to 45, get in at half time at 0-0 and regroup and go again. But they do trail now. As it stands, though, I still believe that they would top the group. So they can still go out there and do exactly the same thing and hope to hold on for another 45 minutes, perhaps get a goal. They had 2 shots against the run of play, 2 very good shots that one caused a save, forced a save out of Kathleen Cole, and the other one rattled the crossbar. So when they have come forward, which has been very rare, when they have come forward, they have caused issues. They've got to hope they're just going to get one brilliant opportunity and take it, and then just hang on like they have been for the majority of that first half.
Yeah. News is disappointing first half as well. So it's like the B team is playing. Hopefully, Pina, Payor, Salma, Brooks are off on the second half. That is an interesting statement. I'm going to leave you to talk about that. I'm going to go take a quick break.
Yeah, I mean, one of them scored, one of them got the assist. So yeah, it's interesting. But I mean, I don't think
up to that point, maybe they weren't quite so good.
Potentially, I don't think it matters too much for Barcelona tonight. They won't be too frustrated on that first half. Yes, they missed a load of chances, but at the end of the day, they're winning the game. Their main focus will be they are leading against a City side who are sitting very deep, and it is very difficult to play against a side who sits so deep when they have such quality at the back. But overall, I think that Barcelona they'll be happy. They won't mind. They're doing the job. They might make a few changes just to bring something different into this game and try and get through City a different way. But to be honest, if the second half is a repeat of the first, Barcelona will win this game pretty comfortably, and they'll get another 1 or 2 goals and see this through. City, they did well. They just really got to hang on as long as possible. But realistically, Barcelona could have scored a couple more before they eventually did find the back of the net. So I don't think for Barcelona they'll be too concerned. City, though, similarly, they went out there to do a job. They did it as well as they could for 43 minutes, and eventually Barcelona found the back of the net. But it will be a similar sentiment for the citizens into the second half. It will be to defend. It will be to hold on and just get to the end of the game. If they only lose this game 1-0, that's not a bad result, and they still top the group. If they lose 2-0, again, still not a terrible result with the way they're playing, with the players they're missing. It's not too bad. City don't look like they're going to score. Unless, as I said, unless they get a brilliant opportunity against run of play and they take it with both hands, I don't think Man City will score tonight. So they've just got to hope to try and hold on to this 1-0 and top the group. But again, if they don't top the group, yes, they might miss out on a slightly easier draw, but at the end of the day, every game's going to be as difficult as the next. So it's one of those where I don't think they'll be too bothered. As long as they don't get dismantled, which I don't think they will now. After watching that first half, they have shown they can, scathe through. They can hold on for the majority of 45 minutes. Do that again. They lose 2-0. And they move on and they get into their winter break. And I think the winter break is pivotal, really, for Man City now. They'll hope to have Shaw back in the new year. They'll hope to have Hemp back a little bit after that. And we still wait to see what's going on with Alex Greenwood and how long she could be out for. But, yeah, I think that it's... City need a break. City really need a break. And, they'll have a couple of weeks, have until the 12th of January, I believe, 12th FA Cup weekend. But yeah, it will be I think it'll be a welcome break for City. There'll be some teams, this is what I've always thought about the winter break. There'll be some teams that it really favours, and then there'll be some teams that, like if you're Arsenal, for example, they're in brilliant form. Why would they want, they want to keep going and just keep playing games and keep winning games. But for teams like Man City, it's about, take these couple of weeks off, have a rest, come back in the new year and come back fighting. Reinforce in January, bring in some players that are going to help you and kick on again. But as I said, they're through tonight. They'd like to get something out of it, but a 1-0, a 2-0 loss isn't the end of the world, and I think that they'd probably take that, to be honest. I think if they have if they have a second half that's as similar to the first half as that, then they won't mind too much. Barcelona, they'll probably just throw loads of really good players onto the pitch like they usually do, and they'll probably find another goal or two. But
that sounds fun.
Yes.
Oh yeah. What have you been talking about?
Just Man City and the winter break and the fact that they need a break, and if they do end up losing tonight, I don't think they're going to be too annoyed by it.
Yeah, Bernie, have you spoken about?
No, I haven't said anything, no.
Cool, well, we'll go through them. But it says the scoreline stays this way, and Barca finished second in the group. I praise the football gods that Leon and Barca draw each other. That would be one hell of a quarter.
What a game that would be, yeah.
What is the dream draw from a Chelsea perspective?
From a Chelsea perspective, that Chelsea,
or just from a neutral perspective?
In terms of competitiveness, you want to probably see, because if it stays as it is, a neutral point of view, you want to see Chelsea, Barcelona, Lyon, Arsenal, and Man City, Wolfsburg. No, Man City, Bayern Munich. No,
City top seed against someone second seed.
Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Wolfsburg. That's a bit boring because they play each other. But
exactly.
I don't think, from a neutral point of view, whatever draw you're going to get is going to be a great one. Because there has to be a big game in there. There's no way there's not going to be a big game in there. But they're all big games, really. Exactly. They're all brilliant sides. So, yeah, it's hard to predict.
Right, so dream draw for us is City. Nah.
Wolfsburg. I think.
Yeah, or Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because I think City on their day is... I mean, obviously, any of their days a really tough game. That is the thing. It is a somewhat
City might
conversation. Yeah,
I think we have to wait. At the end of tonight, we can start to piece together and work out, well, who could play who. But with top spots, both
right
still
now, City are top, despite them only having a +7 goal difference and Barcelona having a +21 goal difference. But that's why I like the fact it's head-to-head. Because the fact that Barcelona have pasted Hammarby and Poulton doesn't come into effect.
And it puts more responsibility on beating each other, which I prefer.
Yeah. So I think that's quite good. David Pro says Man City doesn't have the squad depth to cover all competitions. Couldn't agree more. I think the fact that Hasegawa has played every single match this year, I think, bar that I think there's maybe a Champions League game or a League game, something like that, where they played, I think, Coombs in that deeper role. Bar that, it's just been Hasegawa. Hasegawa's had to play every game because they don't have another player that is able to play that defensive midfield role in the same way, or at least in a similar way. You've got, all sorts of situations like that across the field. You look up front, and with Khadija Shaw and obviously Viviana Miedemar out injured, tonight, they were between Mary Fowler, who didn't do the job on Saturday, but Jess Park's playing there tonight, who hasn't really been able to have, a huge impact on the game so far because she's not really a striker. So they do have issues like that. I think you look at centre-back and they could do with at least one more player. So much investment's needed, and the problem is it's just not really coming for Gareth Taylor.
They'll be hoping they can do something in January, but as you said, they're going to need investment.
But last January they spent a fair bit. To be fair, Laura Blinkilde came in for 200,000.
And that's the thing, with players returning, January. Well, I believe obviously Shaw's back in the new year, which is huge. Is Miedemar back in the new year yet? Or is Miedemar still out?
Potentially still out, but shouldn't be too much longer. The problem for City is it just feels like they're always building. Like you look at their business, they should have won the league last season in a lot of people's eyes, based on how they played. Yeah. The fact that they then went into the summer window and rather than adding some top quality players, obviously they signed Viviana Miedemar, who's an exception to what I'm going to say. Yeah. But they signed Yamashita, who is untested in this league. They signed Ayoba Fagino, who's untested in this league, and they didn't address key areas like centre-back, where Steph Houghton had just departed, and defensive midfielder Philippa Angeldal had just departed. And so suddenly they're left with huge gaps in the squad and players who are simply unproven at this level. And I think looking at where they were in the league last season, why not push on? Why not try and make this their year? But they didn't. And now they're in a position where they found themselves 6 points off Chelsea. And I think looking back at their summer business, you could see that they never really wanted to be in the title fight, seemingly.
When you're so close to winning the league like that, you'd have to throw, you have to then focus high quality, experienced players that are going to give you an edge. Rather than, Fagino will be good one day. That doesn't matter. You don't need Fagino to be good one day. You need someone who's going to be good now. And I think that City, again, they need a big January. But it feels like every year at the moment for City, we're getting to January and we're saying they need a big January. Because if they don't, for me, they could go trophyless again. It's another season without silverware. Could be damning for City.
Yeah. And you think Naomi Gurman's on the market this summer. In this January, potentially. And you would think that City would be all over that. But there are no links.
Yeah.
And that to me is utterly bizarre because what they can promise Gurma that Chelsea even can't, and Leon, is the fact she will start all of the big matches. There is no risk of rotation there. Now, I think Naomi Gurma probably would be playing the big match for Chelsea pretty quickly, but what you can guarantee at City is that she would play those.
Yeah, because you'd shift Alexandria to right back.
Yeah, exactly.
And play.
And so that's the thing. I think that it's so confusing to me why they're not targeting players like that.
Yeah. Because
you can't tell me that a back four of Alexandri at right back, potentially some sort of like situational back three type role, Gurma and Greenwood, and then obviously Uahabi isn't one of the best defences in the league, with Casper and Lazell as backups.
Yeah.
And obviously being able to shift Alexandri and being able to bring in Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, as options.
The problem is, City, you're right, City have never been linked with the big names. When the big names are on the market, when there's big players out there to go get, City are never a team that are thrown in the ring of being an option for that player.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
Yeah, fair enough. Lots of messages in chat to go through. Bernie says that she agrees with another commenter that with Riley, that Chelsea could beat City over 2 leagues easier than Arsenal. Eddie disagrees, saying that City at their strongest are way more dangerous than Arsenal. I would agree, and I think in terms of the manager, we did a video earlier today. I think Slagers have done really well, but is she as ready as Gareth Taylor is to try and take on Chelsea in a knockout game? Probably not. I think to be able to play knockout football, you have to be pragmatic. You have to be able to change based on opponent. And we've not... Obviously, Slagers is very young in her managerial career. I know she had 2 years winning titles in Sweden, but I don't think that accounts for how much experience people like Gareth Taylor and, of course, Sonia Bompastor have.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Maria 998 says, I didn't think Man City would hold out as long as they did with such a depleted side against a full-strength Barca. Yeah, that is true. They've done very, very well to be in the position they are in. Fraser said, do you think Taylor is flexible enough? I would say so. I think you look at tonight and they've changed how they played from the way they played on Saturday. You look at how they played against Barca the first time and they did really well. I do think in the Chelsea game, though, he showed that he sometimes doesn't have all the answers, and that is a problem. But in terms of being able to set up before the game, it tends to go well. The problem is in games like that Chelsea one where he wasn't able to react in the game. So I think while there are elements of pragmatism in his game, there are also bits where you go, well, can he change on the fly, under pressure in a big game? I still think we're yet to see that.
Yeah.
I think, again, the Arsenal game earlier this season is a good example because opening game of the season and Arsenal did really well and City didn't know what to do. Barcelona got us back underway here, by the way. Barcelona 1, Manchester City 0 opening up now for the second half. Another 45 minutes where Barcelona, if this remains the same, will be second in the group. They need 1 goal to change that, and they may get it here because through goes Claudia Pina in on goal. Has to take another touch, and he wriggles past the defender. Big save, though, from Chiara Keating. And City opened up way too easy there to start the half.
Yeah, really good start from Barcelona. It was really good defending, though, from Kaspai to get back in and then just to stand Pina up and force her a little bit wider, and then allows Keating to make a really good save. Another save for Chiara Keating tonight.
Yeah.
But City just switched off, really. Weren't awake for the start of the half.
Montserrat says, could Alexandria play a 6 with Yui forward? Why would you want to, Montserrat? Like, why would you want to play Yui Hasegawa further forward? She's one of the best, if not the best defensive midfielder in the world.
You could rotate by putting Alexandria there, but obviously then you'd bench Hasegawa to rest her.
Then the problem is right now is if you bench Alexandria, you have no one playing centre back.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, if you move Alexandria or bench, yeah. They have no options. I like that they're trusting in the youth somewhat, but if you want to win titles, you can't.
But even like Ipswich,
too much.
Laura Coombs should play where Hasegawa plays.
She probably will.
And she should. If she doesn't, I'll be stunned.
Unless because it's the first game back, they may use that to get back up to sharpness.
Yeah, maybe.
But,
that's a good point.
You know, there's a potential there. But equally, the winter break's only 3 weeks. They shouldn't lose that much sharpness. Here come Barcelona. Paralluelo puts into the box. Payor, it's just out of her reach. We'll keep this move alive, though. Bruggs up in support. Created one goal, lifted in behind. Chance for one. Martika's about to Payor. Big block in there. I think that was from Alexandria again.
Yeah, leathers it into Kennedy and it runs out for a throw. Defenders combining to get the ball gone.
Right, so who is you are facing the UWCL final, City or Arsenal? Depends on who the Arsenal manager is. If it is as it is right now, I think Arsenal will probably have a stronger squad than City. So if there was a new manager, I think I would say City over Arsenal. But if it is right now, so Rene Slagers is in there, I would say I'd rather face that Arsenal team. But I also can't see them getting there.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Yeah, another really good piece of play. This was from Barcelona. A lovely ball through from Paolo. Pina probably should have done better, but really good defending from Casper and another good save from Keating, who's now on 7 or 8 saves for the evening. That is Putellas warming up for Barcelona.
Interesting to see.
I'm sure we'll see her at some point tonight.
Possibly.
But City...
Fantastic player, of course, is Alexia Putellas.
A little bit slow to start the second half, City.
Esme Brooks looks to switch the play. Brought down in there by Paralluelo. Force of Bonmati. Bonmati tries to play it into Eva Payor. Payor gets a shot away. Does well to get the shot away, and it's denied brilliantly by Chiara Keating.
Yeah, I think initially, Harvey gets caught. I think she realises Paralluelo's behind her, and she looks just to bring the ball down and ends up losing it. Bonmati plays it into Payor, who has a really good effort. That is another top-class save from Chiara Keating.
And I think this is a big game for Keating because I don't think she was her usual brilliant best against Everton.
No.
I thought that the goals that they conceded were safe, or at least, even if they weren't, she didn't look particularly mobile. She looked a bit sluggish, a little lethargic in that game. Ball force the edge now for Kira Walsh, who takes aim, and that one is wide of the mark, but it looked like Keating had it covered regardless. As HB says, this Keating performance with a fire emoji. She has indeed been on fire. Someone call 999.
Drags that wide
She's been brilliant. Eddie says, if we're talking about teams full strength and...
that's a poor pass from Casper. Keating off her line.
And she's been caught there in the challenge by Payor.
Superb. Playing that sweeper keeper role today as well.
Yeah.
It's a really poor pass from Casper, just inside, but does well just to rush out to it, and City will hope that she's alright. Took a large thud in there. Casper just played a blind pass. Keating runs out to it, clashes in there with Payor.
Yeah. Just the elbow there, Payor. No intention behind it. Eddie says, in relation to who was your facing the UWCL final question, if we're talking both teams full strength than Arsenal, because as I said before, City at full strength is much better than Arsenal. Interesting take. I think that probably full strength side right now, City are better. But I'd say in terms of a whole squad, Arsenal squad is probably stronger right now than Man City's. So it depends just how you look at it, really. Alex says, I think when Arsenal get a result tonight versus Bayern, then Slagers will stay as manager till summer. Well, as I say, yeah, we spoke about this in the video earlier, and we got a lot of similar comments to that, really. It depends on tonight's result, but overall, she's done well.
Because tonight will be their first real show of how far they've come.
Well, because it's an opponent they face under Idabel.
Yeah. And
So
because in the fashion they got...
So one fan
torn
won't see
apart.
it.
No, it's loads.
Oh, I had a glance up there, they're like one.
They're all just spread out for some reason.
Oh, right.
They're not sat, no one's sat next to each other. Keating is alright, which is a relief for City. Brilliant performance.
Eddie, I think, hits the nail on the head here, saying Slaggers has brought freedom and joy back to the players, but questions about her in big moments in games still to be seen. Yeah, and again, she's not got a whole lot of coaching experience at the top level.
No.
So, yeah, it's a big role, that Arsenal role, and I think whether they appoint her permanently or not depends on what they want from a manager. If they want a manager who will be ready to compete for WSL titles in 2 to 3 years' time, I think Slaggers is the right person for them. And that is a shot from Ava Payor that is no issue for Kiara Keating. Yeah, so they want someone that will compete in 2 to 3 years' time. Slaggers is perfect. If they want something that's going to compete in the here and now, then yeah, they need to bring another manager. And as Sapphire reiterates from my point there, so City has a better 11, Arsenal has better depth. Eddie agree. Here is Mappe Leon. Pina. Bonmati unable to keep that under it. Her control. So it's one back by City. Kasparai tries to play that in behind, but that will bounce through.
Barca seem to have earned themselves a little bit more room in this second half. I think they have a lot more space to use.
I like this from Montserrat, but Puddle has better depth than City. And Bernie says Arsenal should keep her. Yeah. I think I'd be inclined to agree right now.
Yeah. Especially that, yeah, they get something across the line tonight, fair enough. And I think there's a good chance they will. But I'll save that for later.
That is messy there between Kennedy and Payor, but I think Payor can't have many complaints there. She's leaned into Alana Kennedy, and Kennedy's simply gone down with her. Fowler wants to come inside, does well, finds Blinkilder. Barca's intensity, though, causing them issues. And I have no idea how they've given that Barcelona away. Because they've kicked it into each other there.
Literally watched Blinkilder kick it into Leon.
I thought it was a Barcelona player kicking into a Barcelona player. I've no idea what the line I was seeing there.
No.
But their City don't even question it.
No.
City don't complain about it. Barcelona players immediately hands up, that's our ball. City, nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, Fabinho, good press, wins it high, and then loses it, but has won a throw. Provided the line I was paying attention this time. Jayon says, I watched your latest video on Renee. I agree they should at least keep her to the end of the season and see how it goes. Yeah, thank you, Jayon, for watching it. I hope you enjoyed the video. So yeah, I think that is the general consensus, because there aren't many options now. But apparently Nick Cushings is available because they sacked him. Because after it was on the 7th of November, he said, I'm just going to be here in 2025. 3 weeks later, they sacked him.
Oh, wow.
So he's not going to be there in 2025.
No.
But apparently nobody told him that. So he is back on the market and available for Arsenal women if that is what they choose to do. Right, so someone really should let Teo know he's got Kelly on his team. Yeah, I think everything points towards the fact that Chloe Kelly won't be a Manchester City player after the January transfer window, or at least the summer transfer window.
Which is very interesting because it means where she, questions arise of where she's going to go.
Yeah. Bernie says if Arsenal do let Slaggers go, who actually should get another WSL job? Maybe Villa.
Yeah, we spoke about this as well.
We did say this. We did speak about this in the video.
Again,
I think that would be a good
opportunity. She could develop while Villa develop.
I think the issue though with Villa is that she is younger than some of the players, or at least the same age as some of the players. Here's a chance for Claudia Pina. Can't quite get the shot away. Bonmati wriggling out, but ends up going nowhere. And Park wins the ball, and City can break. Patrigara trying her best to Fowler. Park keeps going though. Tries to break it through, and it's blocked there by Rord. Hasegawa keeps it alive. Fowler plays in behind for Gino. Big opportunity for Man City.
No.
That's miles on. Miles on there. Liner's flag goes up. instantly.
I'll have a look. That looked
Looked
onside.
well
Yeah.
onside to me, but maybe we're wrong.
When the ball plays.
Yeah, that's a truly horrific
Yeah,
goal.
she's onside. And she's in behind. Well, that's a let
Second
off
time in
Barcelona.
a few minutes there where the referee's given a blatantly obvious decision the wrong way in favour of Barcelona.
Gino's in there. And chances have been few and far for City, but that would have been a very good one if Pacino had been given the opportunity to run through and score.
Yeah.
And now
Now Barcelona are in. Aitana Bonmati. Fantastic from Harvey, but she can't stop Bonmati, and she slots it through the legs of Chiara Keating. And that's Barcelona 2, Manchester City 0. And I think City fans will feel frustrated. That's come directly after City should have been in to score. Barca got the other end. Bonmati in behind. Uahawi did her best. But Bonmati slotting it through the legs of Chiara Keating.
Yeah, not the best goal, not the best effort that Bonmati will score, but it's not a bad one. It's a decent run. Looked to time it well. Be interesting to have a look, because it did look close, but either way, Uahawi tried. But Barca are now leading by 2, and top of the group they go. Let's have a look. Ball here. Yeah, just timed really well from Bonmati. And once she's
I
from
thought she'd won it back there. And Keating's goal, that's got to be better there. Chiara
She's
Keating.
through her legs.
Yeah. Too easy. Bernie says, Kelly go to PSG. That's on anyone with legs and eyes. I think it should be an improvement on who they're currently playing out on the right wing, to be fair. Actually, I'd love to see Kelly as a brand replacement at Wolfsburg, but her wages are very high. That is true. That could be a potential destination. I wouldn't be surprised if that is like a loan move to the end of the season. And then see what happens.
Oh, apparently that one's offside.
I don't know what's going on.
Just make that as they go along, these officials tonight. Because I'm not really sure what's wrong with that one either. Yeah. Third goal of the Champions League so far for Bonmati. It's pretty low. Thought it would be on 9 in 6.
Well, considering she is the face of women's football, you would expect her to be on.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, a good return if we're being truthful.
Oh, yeah. Well, realistically for City...
Nothing on our goat, though. Pernilla Harder, top of the standings, 6 goals.
Incredible.
She's probably had another hat-trick tonight.
Well, not, may not, we definitely could add to her account. Oh, City is not a poor
Another
pass.
hat-trick coming in.
It's getting
Payor
really difficult
plays
now.
it inside. Paraluelo spins Uahabi, but then fails to take a shot.
Really good tackle from Raw, to be fair.
Yeah.
As we said.
But Paraluelo just takes too long about it.
Oh, I don't know. She do had a turn, but not sure she done too much for that one.
Paraluelo, nice flick round the corner. Uahabi gets there. Goes back to Keating.
Still over half an hour to go. It just feels like now Barcelona have got that second goal so early. Now they're top of the group.
Yeah. Also, I think this speaks volumes, by the way, about the quality of Linda Caicedo. She's not even played all the Champions League minutes this season. She's still top of the assists.
It's incredible.
She's played 446 minutes of the 6 games.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Which is, it's 100 minutes not on the pitch.
Yeah.
She's only started 5 of the games, and yet she's got 3 goals, 4 assists. Second most contributions at the tournament, and the most assists.
Murphy coming on for Blinkilder. So this will be Park deeper. And then Murphy into the front line.
No Fowler through the middle for Gino on
Yeah.
the right.
Bench.
Everyone moves around.
Yeah. Bit of energy. Good opportunity for Murphy to get a run out. Half an hour against a very good suicide. Looks like Murphy will just go straight through the middle.
Oh, fair enough.
That's pounced on by Fregino, but lost
Unable to
again.
make it work. Here is Park. For Gino. Can't quite
Just
find
trying to play it
Harvey.
too neatly there. Like, there's not enough room there to move the ball. Has to shift it inside or go down the line.
Yeah. It says, in my opinion, Chloe has to find a solution this winter because she wants to play the Euros in the summer. I mean, you'd think so, but with Wiegman's love of Chloe Kelly, I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't play again for City yet still gets in the Euro squad.
I don't know. I think it would take...
Well, she's not played at all in 6 months. She's very little in 6 months, and she's still been in every England squad. Over Nikita Paris, who's played regularly for Brighton and has been very good.
Yeah, but I think we had, because it was more through necessity, you feel. Because we had no Hemp,
really.
no...
Paris didn't get called up.
Yeah, I know, but realistically, I don't... The problem, it doesn't really matter at this stage, because neither of them are going to the Euros, really.
Paris should.
Nikita Paris won't be going to the Euros.
She should be.
Over who?
Paris. Over...
That's not in Kelly's. I don't think Kelly's could go either.
Well, who is then?
Well, the squad has to be smaller than what it is for internationals, isn't it? So you just cut those players.
25, no?
Is it bigger now?
I think it always has been 25. Might be wrong.
You don't need 14 players extra to the tournament. Surely. Really? Maybe.
So I think so, but I'm not 100%.
So I guess you can now name 9 on the bench.
Yeah,
Still
5 reserves.
Yeah. Maybe.
HB says, I'll be honest, I hate when these big clashes have one team that's literally on their knees like City is right now. No Hemp, no Shaw, got a feel for them. Yeah, it's definitely taken the interest out of this game, but City have got to have players that can come in and replace those key players. Chance now for Claudia Pina, should score, fired straight at Keating. Barca have been so wasteful today.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly. But, again, similarly to how it usually is, it doesn't matter for them tonight. They can miss as many chances as they want.
Montserrat pointing out Kennedy has a 55% pass accuracy. That's true, but they've not really trying to play out from the back today. They've cleared a lot of...
What's Alexandri's? But it's just, that's not... Even in any game of football, how do you... I
don't know, in any game of football, I think put with significantly lower pass accuracies. 73%.
Not at top level.
73% for Alexandria.
I don't get how a top level player can nearly have half their
52%
passes
for Kennedy.
Go astray. Because that's in clearances don't count because they're just clearances, aren't they?
Yeah.
15 shots on target per
Barcelona. She keep trying long balls, long passes, which she's made one of and given the ball away 6 times from them, which is the difference between her and Alexandria, really.
Yeah.
There is literally 6 difference in their passes. Alexandria has tried.
How's that so low then?
What?
How's it so low?
What, the percentage?
Yeah.
Because they've only made 20 passes each.
Blimey.
So the difference is like 12 to 16.
That is tough. I mean, the fact that Barcelona have had 15 shots on target in 63 minutes is
Keating's made 12 saves.
Wow.
She's only got 39% pass accuracy. That's the thing with her distribution.
Keating's gone to clear it there, and it's gone behind. It's end up going backwards. It's still gone out for a throw, but it's just ended up going backwards. No. Yeah. Well, we've kind of got to watch Barcelona knock the ball around for 25 minutes now.
Yeah, I can't really see City trying to come forwards and rescue this. Pina, nice turn, ball into the box, dealt with. And then Harvey with a lashed away clearance. And again, it's got to go further if you're really going to clear the ball.
Tell you what, though, I think Arsenal-Bayern will be a very, very close game. I don't think we're going to see either side sitting back in that one. Both sides going for it, both sides.
Well, Bayern want to top the group. Arsenal want to show they can beat them. Chance now for Bonmati, and she's hit against the crossbar.
How was that not in the goal?
Just hit
Genuinely, that was hard. That was harder to miss.
Yeah. Just doesn't focus there. Such an easy opportunity. It's Bonmati. Now Claudia Pina. Ball across the box, just wide of the far face.
Barcelona could have won by an absolute cannon tonight, they wanted to.
Yeah. They've done their best.
Yeah.
Just to not score. UHN says expected Barca to win, but didn't expect the City's performance this nasty. Yeah, they're just so few players, really. Was that Liverpool?
Second half's been so much worse than the first. Because City conceded so late, that late goal in the first half, it's just killed the game off. Because now Barcelona are all over them. At least City were they were holding on.
I'm all in behind. A chance now for Virginio as well to chase this down. I think only Battier will get there, though. Virginio just never seem to believe in it.
No.
Here is Mape Leon under pressure from Park. Her and Cole play out of it well though. And now they'll carry this ball forwards. Patrick Ayaro. Back now to Catalina Cole. Mape Leon. Claudia Pina. Back in there by Fowler. The ref's not seen that strike, and it annoys me they just give away a Barca call. Do you see there? It supposedly strikes her hand.
It is handball.
Against her. But the ref's not seen that. The ref has no idea. Because you can see there's no delay until the Barcelona players all scream for it, and then suddenly she gives it. Change to Barcelona. Pina off. She did seem to be feeling some discomfort after that attempted shot. And
Yeah.
on in her place is Alexia Puteas.
Yeah, another good player. It's incredible the fact she sat on the bench. But she's now on, so it's incredible. I just find it incredible a player like this Puteas only gets 24 minutes tonight. Yeah. Barcelona really.
Well, she seems to be constantly coming back from injury. I think every time I've watched her, it's like, oh, she's just come back from injury.
Yeah.
So I don't think she's ever really got over the ACL injury she had. But yeah, because she's not played since mid-November, which is Champions League.
Yeah.
Since she's always just coming back from injury. Ball in behind. Payot will chase it down, and she will get there. Tries to cut back on. Inside on Alexandra, it's deemed offside.
Yeah, another good run, just a little bit too early. No, just not offside.
To be fair, though, she seems to lose the ball anyway.
Yeah.
She did lose the ball anyway. Bonmati. Puteas now. Players queuing up at the back post. She lifts it up there. Paraluelo heads it down. Payot can't quite get a shot. Gallardo can't. Just take a shot, Barcelona.
Barcelona's playing the mick now.
It's just silly. They've overplayed so much tonight.
They could have scored so many.
That's what I was going to say. It's being able to bring Alexia Puteas on the sub, it's just not really fair.
No.
It says, well, that's how they only went invisible twice. Due to Alexia's injuries, yeah. Imagine only going invincible twice. That's
other shots, and it's in.
And there we go. Alexia Puteas scores. Barcelona 3, Manchester City 0. And that will see Barcelona climb to top of the group and progress to the knockouts as a first seed, which I'll be very pleased about. A good win again for them tonight. City not really at the races, but Barcelona, good, as always.
Well, confirmed top at 2, sealed the deal at 3, and they are now in a really comfortable position.
Hungry for more. Could they find 4?
They could have probably found 7 if they really wanted to. Yeah. One of those days where this is why I couldn't watch the Liga.
Yeah.
Get bored. Yeah, well, City lose it, and then just no one gets nearer.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what Keating's doing, but I'm not going to have a go at her because she's made 13 saves tonight. Don't know why she goes. I don't know. But yeah, goal for Puteas. Shock, she comes on, she scores because she's a ridiculously good player. But yeah, I mean, they celebrate every goal a bit much as well, don't they? Running over.
Puteas, every goal is her scoring coming back from injury.
Oh, yeah.
So it's always a big moment.
Yeah.
Because she's always going back from injury.
She's got the same amount as Bonmati in the Champions League so far.
Yes, because she is a better player. She's just always injured is the problem.
Mm-hmm. Assegar's won it back, but who's she going to pass to? Because she's the second highest Man City player, despite the fact she's a defensive midfielder. So yeah, City had to go defensive tonight. They had to, but it's just I can't remember who said it, but it's just not nice to watch when two high quality sides and one of them just has to sit here and just watch the other one smash them about.
Yeah.
Because both these two sides, fully fit, cracking game of football. But this is just Barcelona just running away with City. Got them on a lead.
Putellas, Walsh, Brooks, Walsh. Back now to Matchweek. Here's Paredes. Onabatier. Paluelo. Patrick Ayaro sees Keating off a line from a way away and tries a lot. Keating though does get back and claim it.
That sounds like a game. Someone shooting from 40 yards and just
goes
scoring.
in the ref. Yeah, Keating scampered back, claimed it well. Eddie says I need a Russo hat-trick tonight, but Bayern need to win it. Ooh, fair enough.
I think it's going to be a cracking game of football. I think it's going to make up for us having to watch this. I think it's brilliant. You know, Arsenal in form, playing brilliantly. Bayern Munich, an incredible football team. At the Emirates as well, which I think will give Arsenal a bit of an edge, but I think it's a really good game of football.
Yeah. Right, says we saw what a fully fit City could do us as well, so wish we'd seen that tonight. Yeah. I mean, they copied the MA's blueprint of how to beat Barcelona.
I'll be honest though, I'm also glad that this. I mean, I know it depends who's top or not, but I'm glad this doesn't decide who goes through or anything, because it's just been more horrible to watch if this knocked City out or something.
Yeah, I still think going back to last season, I think if Chelsea had Maya Ramirez fit for that second leg against Barcelona, they probably would have won that.
And maybe Barcelona would have fallen into a spiral and
probably not. They probably
collapsed.
But I think that would have been interesting.
Yeah. How do you think Arsenal would fare against Barcelona?
Would be fun.
Yeah.
I think the squad isn't a million miles off what City have at full strength. I think management is different. Well, is
every time. That's just even City get a sign of hope and that flag from the linesman goes straight up. And yeah, that one was offside, and a couple of them have been, but it just feels like every chance they get an opportunity.
Alex says he can see a standby brace tonight. John says nicely the creativity of Barcelona tonight. If their finishing had matched, it could be double figures. Well, if they weren't just fanning around with the ball in the penalty area, they probably would have scored quite a few, but they keep getting good positions and trying to pass it into the net.
I mean, the one Bon Matty at the crossbar from about 5 yards out.
Yeah. Double change. Rolfo on, Paluelo off, Kike Nazareth on, Kira Walsh off.
They've just thrown more attackers on for a laugh.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Putellas midfield, Gallardo defence midfield, Fellini off at left back, Kike Nazareth into wide area.
Here comes Rolfo. That's mental.
Manages to pick out Kike Nazareth, that's cleared away. Will be kept aside by Mape Leon. Rolfo picks out Bon Mati on the edge. Gallardo, Putellas, Rolfo. Bon Mati, Putellas. Bon Mati, Putellas. I'm bored of saying the same three names, so the Barcelona players are just playing triangles. Oh, now Matt Leon's involved. Putellas trying to do something slightly different. Then Rushy had to pass it to Rolfo. John says today's Arsenal game won't be at the Emirates, it'll be Meadow Park because...
Oh yeah, sorry.
Of course.
Forgot about that.
Sapphire says last time Arsenal conceded 8 goals against Barcelona over 2 games. Would be interesting to see if anything has changed.
I think a lot would have changed. I don't think they can see that many.
Yeah, be interesting to see. But yeah, I think the UWCL has increased in quality so much, even in the last year, really. Eaton says, how do you rate Barca's manager, though? I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because, yeah, they are winning, but look at the players he has available. I think it's similar to Geraldes, where first year, inexperienced, So they'll probably, there might be some big games they lose, but once he figures out, once he's got options, and once they're in full swing, they'll just beat everyone because it's Barcelona and their team is just so good.
Yeah. I think most competent managers could go in there and win the majority of matches. But once you, as you say, once you get to those knockout ties, those crunch games, they would lose.
I think anyone can manage them in the league or F season and probably win the league.
I'd give myself a chance. I think I could win a game. I'm not some master tactician, but
I'll just say go play and they'll go and they'll win 8-0. Lovely stuff.
I just name 11 players.
Yeah. I mean,
Don't put that flowers.
Perry Romayu's not doing anything revolutionary. He's just doing what the last guy was doing, Goodades.
I'd just do that. I'd just say do what he was doing.
Do what they were doing. Keep doing that and we will win the league. Champions League, when it comes down to it, it's difficult. I'll back myself. Actually says, for fuck's sake, because of Carabao Cup, no game at Emirates. Yes, that is silly, isn't it? But don't worry, because when Arsenal men's side are in the Champions League quarterfinals or something late in the season, we will remove them from their stadium because we've got Subway Cup games to get in and they can't be moved. So, get out, Arsenal men's.
It's a shame because it's a really good game.
Subway Cup time. I do love this sponsored by Subway.
I think it's quality.
Also, if Subway want to send us some Subway,
I will sit here and eat Subway while watching the Subway Cup.
yep, we'll cover all the games.
If it means I get
We
free.
just want free Subway and maybe a little bit of money
It's a good draw as
if
well.
you're
Mate.
watching Subway.
It's a really good draw.
John says literally every football by Barcelona is giving City issues. Yeah, City have given up now. It's a problem.
Yeah, I've given up poor City. That's what I was hoping they could get something.
Casper right trying to find Hasegawa.
And Hasegawa was making a run through.
You can ask if they're not playing with a left back anymore. By
No.
the way, so the Barcelona just gone.
I
Yeah,
just don't care.
you don't need one anymore.
They just do not care. That's a great tackle from Hasegawa. Where's Rord going? Can Man City get a goal?
Kasparai plays
That's
it
a
in
good ball.
behind.
Oh,
That is a clumsy.
great tackle.
Yeah. Thought she'd caught Murphy there, but fair enough. I don't Murphy Leon.
Unsurprisingly, Matthew Leon's a good defender.
He says, is there any seeding in the draw in Feb? Yes. First teams in the group will play second teams in the group. And in the draw in Feb, it's February the 7th, I believe. And we will draw the quarterfinals and the semi-finals, which of course will draw the final by itself.
I don't like that. It's less interesting.
Yeah.
But it does mean we'd have to come back and watch another draw. So there's positive and negatives.
Well, that's how every competition's ever done it. Cool. They don't do a semi-final draw. They're pointless drawing 4 balls.
I think you're
The only reason UEFA have more in the men's because they have a round 16.
Yes, that's true.
Which I don't think we're not having a we're not having a round 16 when we extend the tournament, are we?
No.
Pointless because there's only 18 teams in it.
Yeah.
16 in this edition.
Only 2 knock out.
Yeah. We had 2 teams to knock them out before the round 16. That's the guy's too good for this team. Says Ryzen. Sapphire says Kika ran towards Virginia just as she could draw past her for no reason. They're taking the mickey.
I think City players do have to keep their head. Teams do have to keep their heads in as Barcelona. Because they're taking, I'd just get frustrated if they're just taking the mick out of me, like they're just sort of smashing into people.
Luckily, they're all professional footballers with a temperament.
Well, no, but you would, wouldn't you?
McCabe would.
If players just get deliberately going backwards and things to take you on, you just take them out. Oh, that's their season over. Shame. They should
Here
have
goes
been
Murphy. Wants to take on Paredes.
What a chance?
Gets across to Ficino. Ficino gets it wrong.
I don't know why she doesn't just take that in stride.
Wants to take on Leon. That's Casper as an option. Try to take on Leon. Leon's really good. That will be
Oh, it's a corner.
a corner.
City's first corner of the game. Can they find something from it?
Maybe. This is
Maybe.
remontada time.
Here comes Coombs.
Coombs. They need a goal. 10 minutes to go. Who's coming on? Laura Coombs. Plays on Hasegawa.
What's Taylor so confused about? I don't know. Here comes Coombs. Park.
Oh, God.
Well, you just rest now, wouldn't
That's
you?
a guard off of a leg
Yeah.
falling off.
What is the loss if you play worse, you could bring it. It doesn't matter. Just give her 10 minutes rest.
Yeah.
Ball in from Harvey. Caught by Cole. First corner game, showing the kid his arms. And she's got the audacity to sit on the floor and time waste.
Like they need to.
Even for I don't care who beats them. I just want someone to beat Barcelona.
Good 29,000 attendance in Barcelona tonight.
Very handy, that.
Of course, they would usually sell out the Camp Nou, but it's not the Camp Nou this evening, as that is under construction. It's a yellow card for Kirsten Kasparov. First card of the game, I believe.
I thought it was a soft free kick. I think that's an absurd card. Well, Phil Kasparov. That's a bit of a soft one. I don't know, just unnecessary. We're at 8 minutes in, ref. Like, you know. Oh, that's not a foul.
It's silly.
It's not a yellow card.
Not yellow.
No.
Eddie says Kelly always looks so fed up like me at work. Yeah.
The problem is...
Can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yes, Kelly's still only 29.
Really?
I know.
She's lost a yard for a 29-year-old.
Exactly.
Oh, here comes Taylor. Oh, offside again. How is everyone offside?
No, we're off into side net. Washed.
Honestly.
Alex has 26 to 2 shots of Arthur. Is crazy. That's absurd.
Is she offside? Maybe. That is a maybe. One of those games. Who's your player?
Riley says they're not going to let Hasegawa leave the city camp on the winter break. She'll be working at the city academy until break's over. Play the match. Because DAZN have done it.
Yeah.
Can we get that poll up?
Oh, it's in a poll now. No, we can't. That's boring. It's not a poll, is it? It's just a team sheet. Oh. Oh, some stats. We don't go. There's spoilers. Who's showing spoilers?
Trying to find out if I can get access to the DAZN poll. See what they think.
I want to see who's everyone's voting to play the match. As here comes Harvey.
Outside.
It's a good ball.
Ball in, and Laura Coombs,
that's
unfortunately, has a 50p piece on her head.
That's a great chance.
That one goes skew enough.
That is a brilliant
But
opportunity.
statistics: 75% possession for Barcelona, 25% for Manchester City, 26 shots to 2, 16 on target to 2,
16 shots on target.
747 passes for Barcelona. Stoke City don't even make that in one season.
10 offside, 5 offsides apiece, 10 in total.
High Lions are all the rage.
I think it's more that the linesmen have got balls, they should put their flag out. Make sure to join us in just under half an hour for Arsenal Bayern Munich.
Indeed. We will be back for that.
That'll be a really good game. Do join us for that one because that'll be really competitive and we're going to love it.
Yes, and don't worry, you don't even have to click anything this time because this stream should roll, if we've done our live redirect setup right, should roll direct straight into the next one, and then you can just sit on the stream page until I've had a glass of water, a breath of fresh air, and, I don't know, redone my makeup. Here, Manchester City in possession. Fowler needs a forward pass. Finds Murphy. In a good position. That looked like a pen to me. But unfortunately, the defender's wearing a Barcelona shirt, so it's not given. We will see a replay to see if that was a fair decision. Poulton has scored.
Ooh. It's tough. It's physical, that is.
At this point, though, ref, just give it.
Just a bit of fun. Let's see, he's got
For
a
the
go.
bounce. Murphy's quite bright from what I've seen. Yeah,
Tidy.
big fan of her already.
That's it. Well, what I like is she doesn't look too raw for a youngster.
She's a talented player. The fact that she's a good couple of years for Gino's junior and looks much more complete. I know Virginia's only 20 still, so that's not a terrible thing for her. But Murphy's only 18, Lily Murphy, and she looks more complete to me. Or at least more rounded, I think. Is a way to say. She's not complete, of course, but I think she's more well-rounded. Ball in behind, chance favour Payor, should score, doesn't. Put over the bar.
Jenny, that's harder to put over the bar than putting the goal. 4 minutes to go. Come on, ref, be nice. And on 1 minute. Another double change for Barca. What incredible footballers are they bringing on now, you ask? What a ball this is from Brooks.
Alex says that Alessia is attack midfield today. How do you see her future also with Lionesses? Not attack midfield. Oh, they bring off Aitana Mati. This must be a huge downgrade for Barcelona. They take off their best player. Who will possibly come on and replace her?
I don't know. It's going to be the horrendous footballer that is...
Engen. Nope, Lopez. Picky Lopez is coming on. I'm sure they'll now be really struggling.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alessia attack midfield is a weird one. Don't know what's happening there, unless they're going for a front two, potentially.
Yeah, they have done that a few times. Or Rousseau's played on the left. But obviously, I
They've
don't
got
know.
Caldeon Snake who playing attack midfield.
Well, yeah,
We'll talk through the whole team later when we do that stream.
Yeah, so make sure to join us.
That is fun. Riley says, Virginia and Maker same age. Yes. But
That reflects badly on Virginia.
it does, but it's all down to first experience. Amano's been at Chelsea for a few years now. She's played a full season out in Sweden.
That's true.
And now has come back and looks a complete player. But, you know, even last season, there's still elements of that game were a bit rough. And I still think this season there are elements that aren't quite touched up. And for Virginia, completely different developmental path because she's been playing in domestic football in Japan, which is, I would say, still, you know, a lower quality than that in Europe, even in Sweden.
Yeah.
So
thrown into starting every game for Man City.
Yeah.
Which is mental. I don't get how Gareth Taylor and City thought they'd get away with just doing that.
New says, great strategy of Barca, always struggling with the striker. Payor's is so poor. That is a...
I've differing
outlandish
versions of poor for Payor.
Her movement's been great tonight. She's not finished it off, really.
But Bonmati's...
And I get that as a striker she should.
Yeah, but Payor's missed 3, Bonmati's missed 3, Paraguay's missed 2, everyone's missed 1. They've had 16 shots on target and scored 3 goals. Everyone's missed 1 for Barca.
Yeah.
This is good football from City.
Kasparai falls the back post for Fowler.
Shoot.
Puts it back in there. It is a shot and it's a save from Catalina Cole.
Just let that one in.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think she'd be like cold.
Yeah.
Tonight.
And if that goes in, it'll give City 2 minutes to find another goal and send they'll top the group again.
Sci-Fi says, Aitana played 90 minutes for 6 matches in a row before this. Wow.
I feel for her.
Yeah, that is... Well, for 4 matches in a row in the league. She played 3 Liga F games and Hammarby. She only played 45 minutes at Poulton. 90, 58, 90, 34, 77, 90,
84,
86, 30. She only played 30 minutes in the 10-1 win against Granada.
How does the best player, one of the best players in the world, and your best player play 34 minutes and you still win 10-1?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. 30 seconds left of the 90. How many added time bingo?
She did play the full 90 though in their 7-1 win against Espanyol.
Oh, thank God she did that. They wouldn't have won 7-1.
No, and she also played...
Quick added time bingo. You got 15 seconds.
2 minutes.
I'll go 3.
She didn't play at all in that 8-1 demolition of Madrid. CFF.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought it went Real Madrid. I was going to say.
They only beat them 4-0. But remember, Harry, the League F is really tight, and you don't know who's going to win. But Barca have won all their games and are 11 points clear of Real Madrid.
Oh, I thought that was going to be really close. I swear someone said
It will be 3 points clear if Real win their 2 games in hand.
That doesn't make any sense. They're 11 points clear. If Real...
Sorry, they won't. It'll be 5 points. Someone said 3 the other day. It will be 5 points. Real Madrid have plus 19 goal difference. Barca's is plus 50.
And Real might not even win their game in hand. Oh, chance. Oh, wow, they not scored again.
Over the bar from Vicky Lopez, I believe that is.
The worry is that Barcelona could have scored 10 tonight.
Yes.
And that's not an overstatement. They've had the chances. They've had 16 shots on target, scored 3.
And it says when the game is this over, don't even give extra time. Just blow the whistle. I know, 4 minutes. Where the hell did that come from?
Subs.
Right, says I'm still not over the Barca players blaming the ref for their loss against us and questioning our football integrity last year, and then the time wasting at the bridge to mock us. Well, the bridge, many issues.
Buchanan got sent off for
one round
fouled.
with Delana, Emma, Trescu.
Bon Mati, player of the match.
She smashed it into the crossbar from a few yards out.
I'd give it to...
Payor is on the ball. I'll give it to Brooks. Brooks is brilliant.
Yeah. I would have given it to Keating, but she's conceded 3 goals.
Yeah.
You can't give it to a goalkeeper when
She made like 15 saves, though. It's just
I'll give it
stupid.
to all the fans who had to watch this game. All the neutral fans and the City
City
fans.
Yeah.
Never feel for a Barca fan.
Rolfo. Nazareth. Here's Alexia Putellas. Oh, almost scores
Why?
again.
Rubbish. She must be rubbish.
Oh. He says what my T did in that game is criminal, but no one can say anything about her because she's untouchable with the PR she's got. Yeah. There was a soft pen, but a Buchanan should never have been sent off. But Demonstrescu.
We'll get redemption tonight. We'll get redemption. I don't think Barca. Oh, I don't know. Well, what am I saying?
John Philippe Mateta scored.
Wow! Boom! 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 Oh, I see. They kicked the woman out to play at the Emirates and they embarrassed themselves.
There we go. For that Carabao Cup game.
Get the ladies back at the Emirates.
They won't even be in the Champions League when they need to move that game for the Subway Cup. I love the Subway Cup.
Yeah, my favourite cup of all time. Up there with the Papa John's, the St Johnson's Paint Trophy.
That's the thing. I think I love having a brand I recognise, even if it is food and people go, "Oh, that looks so amateurish." Continental Tires is hardly a fun sponsor.
Check a Trade, I liked.
Yeah, but you can't check trade this level.
Check a Trade trophy.
That's the Bristol Street Motor.
Like the Carling Cup in the men's game.
Oh, it's iconic.
Subway Cup.
The Carling.
Subway Cup will be iconic.
Nah, Conti Cup's kind of because that's the nickname in it.
Mm.
I just love the colour scheme's now green, so I get to make green thumbnails.
Mm.
Like, they don't get to do that very often. Because what competitions are green? There are none in the women's game until now. The Subway Cup.
15 seconds. Just why? But
I'll put a big Subway in the thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
Just like
a
marinara.
6 foot long sub sat in the bottom.
That's like the if you look at the element of our stream. That's there we go, full time.
Hooray!
Barcelona 3, Manchester City 0. Barcelona have somehow overcome Manchester City, a depleted Manchester City in this game to top the group, and they'll go through as a first seed. But don't fear, that's not our only stream tonight. We are back in about
12 minutes.
17
minutes. 17 minutes.
There we go. A quarter of an hour for Arsenal versus Bayern. So join us over there. This stream will run directly into that stream page. So if you want, you can just go sit on that stream page and wait for us to be back. We will be back in a moment. That is everything, though. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit.